True Warrior Football. True Warrior Football. True Warrior Football.
You are listening to True Warrior Football Podcast with your host, Corey Kid Smith.
This is territory that their program has been working towards for a while now. They want to win this badly. Not only do they want to win this badly, they want to win this on our field. What's the term that these kids like to say? They want to come into our trap and take over our trap. That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. They want to walk into our place, sit us down, smack us around, go in our fridge, drink up our Kool-Aid, prop their feet up on the couch, and enjoy themselves. They just beat up on Ben Davis by 3 scores. 4 scores. I think they won 50. I think they won by 30. They mean business. And I say Pike was the first team we faced that had more than 3 wins. Well, this is the best team we faced. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. Last Friday did not go any way like I had hoped, planned, envisioned, whatever you want to say. It was a masterclass of disaster. I'm your host, Corey Kid Smith. You're watching a great episode of True Warrior Football. And man, I'm still trying to get over the debacle. Last Friday night, 33-7 final score. As you saw in the video last week, I said what Lawrence North wanted to do, and I did not want them to do it, and they did it anyway. Not much more else I can say except they did it anyway. And it was a real humbling experience. And in the days since the game, I've had to really look at things a little bit differently. Take a look at the team, and people may say, Corey, it's just one game. It's just, you don't have to take stock. You're not going to win everything. And that is correct. That is very, very true. You aren't going to win everything. But it's how you go about in these games. How you win and how you lose is a big factor in how the season goes. And I'm looking at the things, I'm looking at the team. Friday night was just, like I said, it was just a very interesting game. Very interesting game. And some things have come to mind, and I have to talk about them here. And number one thing I have to talk about first, unfortunately, is our offense. Nothing I'm going to say here should be shocking. Nothing. I know some people probably saw it coming. I know I got texts from people saying it's, things are going to get exposed. Saw it online. Alien's going to expose Warren. This, that, and third. I didn't want to believe it, but unfortunately, they were correct. Offense absolutely has to be better. Our offensive issues, some would say, are offensive, but we have to be better. We absolutely have to be better. It all starts with the most important position on the team, the signal callers. These guys have to absolutely be better. I'm looking at Jaden Rivers, young quarterback, junior, has a great arm, can throw the ball very well, but decision making has been an issue. Where to get the ball, who to get the ball to, has been quite a problem. And so far this season, he has 8 interceptions, and I want to say he has 2 touchdowns to Chaz. He has 2 touchdowns to Eric. He has another touchdown to Kyron. So that's 5. That's 5 passing touchdowns I can think of right now, top of my head, and 8 interceptions. That's not good. He had add in a couple of rushing touchdowns there by himself. It's not good enough. That's nowhere near good enough for what we need. If it was the other way around, if it was 8 touchdown passes to 5 interceptions, then we could be doing some things differently, because I would like to think a lot of those touchdowns would have been offset, or maybe they would have came in this past week's game. Quarterback Anthony Dennison, coming off of a hand injury. He played for the first time in a few weeks against Pike the previous week. Had an interception in that game. Wasn't too good. He may have had 2 interceptions in that game. Did he have 2 interceptions in that game? He had 2 interceptions in that game. So 2 of his 3 interceptions on the season came in one game. We just got to be better. And I know, like I said, Jaden Rivers is a young quarterback. Anthony Dennison is a young quarterback. They're both looking to prove themselves. And they both know we have these great weapons. We have Chaz Corley. We have Eric Hester. We've just started working in Javon Guess into the mix. Kyron Williams is doing well. Have some young guys. Keon, one young guy is a sophomore. We're just getting some guys into the mix. But it's very hard to do that when our play callers aren't on the same page with our weapons that we have on our team. And it's just, you see in the games, a lot of these turnovers that we've had have been I hate saying this, but they've been bad turnovers. Absolutely horrible, horrendous turnovers. I'm honestly surprised we've not had more turnovers turn into defensive scores, truthfully. This one right here from Friday night got called back, but man, we had a lot of those in 2022. I want to say we had like 5 or 6. Just bad play. Just bad plays being made by the most important position on the team, and we can't have that. We absolutely cannot have that. Another thing we must improve of, the battle in the trenches. The battle in the trenches we have to be better up front. by far. Where those guys go and where those guys are able to do night in and night out, that will lead us. It's become too much of a struggle to do simple things, to get good yardage. I mean, I look at some of our games. Our safety that we had against us against Ben Davis was completely blown up from the start because we didn't get good push from up front. Ben Davis was able to do some things, get in there and prevent our guys from getting downfield, and they got to running back James Clark before he could really do anything, and the play was blown up before he can start. You look at so much of this season, we've had our struggles running the ball dominantly, and that is very strange because Cam Herron has done a very, very good job, I think, this season, being the starting center. He's been, I think, probably the most vocal leader on the offense that I've seen. Friday nights, I saw the passion, the anger, the fire within him, trying to get the guys going, trying to get the guys motivated, trying to get them to execute the correct plays properly, and just couldn't get it. I hate that for him. I know Coach Griner, who is a tremendous coach, who gets all of his guys to the next level. All of his guys go on to play college football somewhere. And I hated to see the struggles that even he was having trying to coach these guys up. And I saw more fire and passion from him on the sideline. Usually he's very calm, even keel, but he was ready to let it go. Next thing. And this, I think, is the game is 3 phases. Offense has their struggles. We've relied on defense for so much, and I'll get to them later. Special teams, we have to be better. And we weren't a huge deciding factor in Friday night's game. But at the same time, we have to be a factor in games. And there are times where we do execute properly. Shanklin has been doing very well on punts. He could be better. We've had opportunities to kick field goals, and freshman Jermaine Ellery has done well when called upon. That's good. That's good. We've gotten better at returning punt returns. Keith Jackson had the punt return for touchdown against, I think that was LC, but he got injured, and Ben Davis has returned punts since. And Madden Barrio has stepped up and done an excellent job so far in returning punts. We have to be better, though, and we just have to continue to improve and be better. That's my main focus. We could do so much more and allow the third phase, the special teams phase of the game, to help us more, especially in these big time games where one possession could literally break the game open for you in your favor or against you. Another thing, it won't help us for this season, unfortunately. It unfortunately will not help us for this season. But we have to get better in the off season when it comes to this aspect. Speed kills. Speed absolutely kills. And you say, well, Corey, what are you talking about? We have to get more of our guys playing track. We have to get more of our guys faster. And there's nothing we can do about it this year. But moving forward, we have to put an emphasis on getting maybe not all of our guys, but definitely our key skill position guys that we look for to be playmakers, X factors. We have to get them competing in track and field in the off season. I just can't. I can't stress this anymore because look at this right here. LN running back Isaiah Moore. This is touchdown. First rushing touchdown the defense has given up all season. Over 200, almost 300 minutes of game time. We haven't given up a rushing touchdown. And then we face LN on their second possession, and Xavier Moore right here. I'm going to keep playing this play back and forth until you see. This is not sped up. This is real time. This man is a track star for LN. I have his numbers right here. I mean, he is outrunning all of our guys. And our guys, we have a pretty fast defense. But this right here is ridiculous. Like, he was their X factor. And he only had that one score. But that one score was spectacular. I can't be a hater. That one score was spectacular. And then his teammate, Davion Chandler, wide receiver committed to IU, showed why he is a Division I player. But a lot of his stuff, his skill, his speed, once again, because he's a track guy, hurt us. I can't stress that anymore. It legitimately hurt us. And, we could do some things. We couldn't do everything. And I could complain about his touchdown right here, whether or not you think it's a touchdown or not. I don't think he got a full foot in. I actually think his foot that they called in is out of bounds. I'll let you determine that, but I can't complain too much because in my intro I had the Maurice McGee state championship catch. Okay, we all know the controversy behind that one. And then against Ben Davis a couple weeks ago, Madden Barrio, our safety, came down with a ball that a lot of people didn't think was in bounds. And they called it an interception. Good, we'll take it. So, you win some, you lose some. It is what it is. But those two plays right there start the game. Just, man. Speed kills. And that has been an issue, I feel like, for our team, especially defensive guys, to deal with, because a lot of times we are bigger and stronger than what we have been. I will say that. And we do great work in the weight room. But it's not being stronger than guys is not generally the question or the problem. Are their guys, they're problem makers, they're X Factor players faster than us. And time again, it's been proven to be true. I mean, Mark Zachary is not a track guy, but I can tell he has some track habits. Okay. He's an athlete. And the touchdown he had against us, against Ben Davis, we weren't stopping. I want to say the other guy, Elijah Price. Even though he didn't play in that game, you go back to last year's game film and you just saw he's just a talented playmaker. We don't have those X factors on our team on offense or defense. And that is going to be something that we will struggle against for a while until we finally get it fixed and figured out. And we want our guys to be better. We have to get them competing and running track and field in the springtime. I get spring football is key. I get these guys want to be better and want to be committed to football for the season. I get that completely. And I want them to be better players for fall season. But I truly feel like we are keeping ourselves from reaching our full potential by not getting more of our guys playing football. I mean, even Coach Kirshner, when he was at Ben Davis, he had a few guys that were track stars that were big-time football players. Chris Evans, okay? Former running back. I want to say he won Mr. Football for his position, but he was dynamic. Track star, okay? Went on to play University of Michigan. Was a great player there. Plays in the NFL now. Okay? So many guys over the years. I want to say the wide receiver from Center Grove a couple of years ago. No, he was a baseball player. Yeah, baseball. But he competed in other sports. We got to get guys competing in other sports too. That's That's just so key. So key. I just cannot stress enough how much I hate seeing our guys getting outclassed and outworked by guys that are two-time or two-sport athletes in one of those sports being track. I hate that because our guys worked so hard, but you can only work so hard for so much until you face real speed. That real track speed is what's going to get you your looks, your offers. Okay, I think only one guy on our team, Isaiah Rollins, defensive back, has significant track running. And I'm sure Miami of Ohio loves his talent on the field, but I'm pretty sure they love his speed even more. We got to do better. We have to do better in the off season. We got to get more of our guys running track, getting them faster. We're already bigger and stronger in the weight room. We have to get the last part of that. Got to be bigger, faster, stronger. We got to complete it. We absolutely have to complete it. And lastly, defense. I know Corey may say defense. Why? Defense is not the issue this year. I get that. But we're encompassing the whole season so far. Defense, we got to be better. We got to be better. And I'm looking at our numbers, and our numbers so far through the year have been spectacular. And anybody comparing our defense to theirs or saying that this post right here from Indy Preps. It's not from Indy Preps. It's really from the head coach of LN. Okay, he's getting high on his own supply. Just you know what? To the victor go the spoils. That's what I can say. That's the best I can say, because it's absolutely ridiculous. On his face, it's absolutely ridiculous. Because if you cut on the film, their defense coming into this game before they played our offense, and then you cut on our defensive film, and you look at what we've done through the first 5-6 weeks of the season. Really, let's look at what we've done in the last 2 games. Okay. Before LN, we had 11 stops against Ben Davis. We had 15 stops against Pike. And we forced, what did we force in those 2 games? We forced 5 interceptions, 1 safety against Pike, and we had 4 interceptions against Ben Davis. So that's 9 turnovers, 1 safety, 1 defensive touchdown. I'm not even going to count sacks, tackles for loss, that stuff. That goes without saying. We are by far the best defense in the state. The only one I would even consider being in the same class as us is Mississippi, and they are a 3A school. But they have had 6 shutouts in 7 games. That's the only one I would consider to even be in the same class, same realm as us. What we have right now going on is truly a unique and historic team defense. We've had, I think, about 9 guys force an interception. Or create an interception, I should say. Okay? Just think about that. 9 guys on defense. You have 11 players on defense. 9 of them have had a turnover at some point. Truly incredible. 21 turnovers we forced. Okay? 21 turnovers we forced so far. Well, yes, 21 turnovers. I'm not counting safeties. I'm not counting those in this. Although those would count too, so maybe I should. But when I think of all the turnovers that we've given the offense, and it comes back to the offense a little bit, but let's stay with me here. 21 times we've given the offense the ball, and only twice has the offense scored. That's 9.5%. That is atrocious. To be given 21 extra possessions and you only score on 9.5% of them is bad. Now, a lot of those times it were possessions where it was end of the half, you take a knee down, or like in Ben Davis' game where we get interception in overtime, Ben Davis has to come right back out again, and they kick a field goal, so that doesn't really count. But too many times we're giving the offense the ball back, and the offense is not being able to capitalize on that. Offense has to be so much better. So much better. We got to get that number up to the 30, 40%. We got to make teams pay. We absolutely have to make teams pay. 2 touchdowns, and those 2 touchdowns came against Warsaw. So we haven't had any points off of a turnover that the defense has produced since week 2. We're coming into week 8. 5 weeks. That's terrible. We had to be better. Defense, though, we got to create more turnovers. As crazy as to say, but we got to create more turnovers. We have had 1 fumble recovery all season. And that was, once again, I think that was against Warsaw. We got to create more turnovers. We got to get more Peanut Tillman punching the ball outs on pass plays. We got to get to the quarterback more and forcing the ball out. We're getting a lot of great stops. But like I said to Coach Clark and like I said to our defense coaches, we can be so much better. We can be so much better, okay? I think some people want to say that our defense was exposed, and I'm just like, exposed? What are you talking about? Exposed? Well, Ben Davis exposed you guys. What? Look, if Mark Zachary, who is probably the front runner for Mr. Football, if he's the only guy or the first person to score a touchdown on us and it came in week 5, I'm fine with that. And if another guy, Davion Chandler, wants to add his name to that, another guy that's going to be a D1 player. Look, if the only people that are so-called exposing us are top-tier wide receivers, top-tier playmakers, I am fine with that. But let's get one thing straight. Our defense is lights out. Okay? Like I said, our defense create turnovers. And unfortunately, our offense creates a lot of turnovers too. And I counted. I went through all the games this year. The offense, either offense or special teams, has turned the ball over 19 times. 19 times. In 7 games, we've given up 1 touchdown. 1 touchdown, that's all. Think about that. That is 5.2%. You're not going to see that from even the greatest defenses in college or the NFL. You turn the ball over that many times and you're giving up 1 score. No field goals, 1 score. And that 1 score they got was because they got the ball. LN, it was this past Friday night. LN, James Clark was down. I don't know how the referee didn't call him being down, but the fumble that they got right there, got the ball on the 2-yard line, maybe 1-yard line. And they ended up getting pushed back some, give them more room before they got their touchdown off. I think it was a third down, maybe it was a 4th down thing. But yeah, that right there was the only turnover that led to a touchdown for the opponent so far this season. And they only got that because they got the ball on the 1. Think about how crazy and insane that is. That is one of the craziest things I found from looking at all of our games. Looking at that is 1 for 19, 5.2%. Like I said, our defense is on a historic pace. And at the same time, when you add in all of our safeties, defensive scores, interceptions, and everything the offense has done, we are +4 turnover margin on the season. +4. Now, the last 3 weeks, we're -2. We had to be better. We had to be better. This is not a sustainable factor for us. It is absolutely not. Because I guarantee you, we have Carmel this week. We have Cathedral next week. They are not pushovers by any means. Yeah, Carmel gave up 50 to Ben Davis, but they scored 30 points on their own. Cathedral just beat Center Grove 49-45. Okay? These guys are coming into our house once again. Coming into our house, and they will be ready to play. They will be ready to go. They've seen our film. They've seen what we have and what we don't have. You think LN's coach, if our offense was as talented or had been doing things and executing at a high level like our defense, you think LN's coach would have the nerve to say our defense is as good as theirs when talking about our offense? You think he would say that? No. He would absolutely not. But because of our offensive struggles, he and the things that he were able to do, get a defensive touchdown, almost get another defensive touchdown off a pick, really shut us out in the second half, almost shut us out completely in the game. Because of those factors, yeah, he'd come out there and say, oh yeah, our defense is as good as their defense. But because we didn't execute properly, because we didn't do the things that we need to do Friday night, we were humbled. And thus, we have these questions about where the team goes from here. And that was another thing I had to say. We had that great win against Ben Davis, and it's very similar to how we had a great win against Ben Davis in 2021. Riding a big high, 5-game win streak, 6-game win streak. Beat Ben Davis in a big game, go on to beat Pike. Next week, face LN, blew a lead, lost the game. This week, this time, okay, LN showed that they are Warren Central's version of Moby Dick, our own white whale. We can't catch them. We can't get them. They keep eluding us. Another year, a game against them, we're embarrassed. I know for sure we didn't have a lead in this game. We didn't have a lead last year, and I'm pretty sure we didn't have a lead in the game in 2022. So that's almost 3 straight years of us playing them, and we haven't had a lead at any point in the game. Wire to wire, we're getting beat by these guys. That's unacceptable. That is absolutely unacceptable. We have to be better. I hate that they aren't in our sectional anymore, so we can get an opportunity to face them again. But that just means we got to get better, and hopefully we go and face that team from Greenwood, take care of business against them. And if LN takes care of business and we're able to reach them in a semi-state, we get some straightening. But right now, we have to get better. We have to get better in all phases of the game. Offense has to be absolutely better. 19 turnovers is far too much. Far too much. Okay? Only getting 2 touchdowns off of 21 extra possessions given to you, that's not even near acceptable. It should be almost 50%. Almost 50%. Too many times I'm seeing here 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Turnover on downs. Or one thing I hate, when we get an interception and we turn the ball right over again. We cannot have that. We cannot have that if we are going to get to where everybody wants us to be. We cannot do the things we did Friday night against LN. Because that was just a microcosm of the season. And we weren't able to dig our way out. We were able to dig our way out against Ben Davis. We were able to dig our way out on the road against Pike. LN didn't let us off the hook. I wouldn't have either. No. I'm going to put my foot on your neck and I'm going to crush it. I'm going to crush it and then I'm going to crush it some more. That's what they did to us. That is what they did to us. And now, 6-1, we had to look at them celebrate on our home field. Look at them take pictures on our home field in front of the scoreboard. Look at them like they won. I won't say won the Super Bowl, but they won a trophy for the first time. Won a meaningful trophy for the first time in their program's history on our field. Off of us. And I don't know if that don't make you angry, if that don't make your blood boil, then what are you doing? You got the black jerseys on for a reason. Hey, girlie. You got the black jerseys on for a reason. If you are okay for what happened on Friday night, do us all a favor and turn your stuff in. If you're not okay with that, then let's ride out. Let's make things better. Let's change this and make sure it don't happen again this season. Because like I said, Carmel has some guys. They got some playmakers. They got some weapons over there, man. We got to be ready. Offense has to be ready. We have to do what we put out there, what we've put out in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Nothing I'm telling you guys is new. Nothing is shocking. Nothing is, oh my God, I've never heard that before. No. You guys know it. Your coaches have told you. The coaching staff knows they have to be better themselves. If we are going to do something we haven't done since 2018, we must be better. And to say it starts now is an understatement. It doesn't start Friday. It started Monday. It started Saturday in film. If we're going to get better, if we're going to win these games against teams that we need to win against, it must happen now. Because once again, we've only won one game against a team that had more than one win. That was Pike. And we struggled against them. We faced a team that had an equal record like us, and you saw what happened. That's been too much of a story the last couple of years. If a team has the same record as us, it's a battle. We've come out on top a couple of times, but not nearly enough. when a team doesn't have a good enough record, yeah, we get that win. But we aren't getting better. We must get better. We must be better. To get to that final point where we are one of the last two teams standing, or we're the last team standing, we must be better than what we are. I love where this team head is at. I just want to see it on the field. And with that, that's all I got to say, ladies and gentlemen, for you. I'm like I said, I'm fired up. I had to let it stew, had to let it sit, because I hate losing to Lawrence North. You guys I've all told the story about how I lost them my senior night. The only time I lost in our season, 14-1. That one still stands out, even though we got them back in the sectional championship. That one still holds. It still burns me up inside. I hated to see these guys experience that, but maybe they needed it. Maybe a 26-point defeat at home for a chance to win the conference championship is what this team needed. But we will find out Friday night. Cardinals coming to our place. The Greyhounds are on their way. Let's send them back packing with their tail between their legs. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's watch and listen to another great episode of True Warrior Football. I'm your host, Corey the Kid Smith. As always, like and subscribe. Share this with other great friends out there. As always, Warrior Band, take us away.